Hi, my name is Sinai, and welcome to my podcast called Sinai.Unfiltered, where I'll be talking about my life, advice, and other miscellaneous things that go on in my very, very interesting and I would say crazy life. So, this video, I kind of wanted to talk about dimming your light for the people who felt like they had their light dimmed or experienced like different kind of aspects of jealousy when it came to other people. Um, but I kind of want to talk about that, the signs to tell if somebody's dimming your light, and I'm going to talk about my experiences, and then I'm also going to tell you guys how I overcame it and how you can too. This is basically my raw truth. So if anything that I say here offends somebody, I really do not give a shit. This is just my opinion, but I feel like this is a very demonic tactic that people like to use. I'm sorry, I had to use that word, but this is gonna go into one of the signs that I'm talking about. If you had a hobby, I'm just gonna use me as an example. One of my hobbies was making videos, and it can be a person closest to you or even somebody online. They start to plant that doubt in your head. That doubt, it was never meant to be there. You had a certain talent that God put in your heart, and you decided to act that out, and all of a sudden you don't want to do your hobby anymore because somebody else's doubt was planted into your head. That is not you. You stop doing the activity, and then you tell yourself like, oh, maybe, I don't really want to do it, nobody's gonna watch it. But like, you wouldn't even know because you stopped mid, like, mid hobby or whatever you like doing. So you wouldn't even know how far it would get because the other person's doubt has gotten in your head. Your light is bullying. I don't really see people talk about this, but I feel like with bullies, and people like to say that bullies pick on people who are weak, but in my opinion, I feel like bullies pick on people who they see something in, but they don't want that person to see it. And especially if you're shy, um, and they know you're shy, and they know you won't stand up for yourselves, but they see a light, and your light triggers them so bad that they have to attack you because it would just make them feel better. That is a number one sign of somebody trying to dim the light that God put in you in the first place. Number three, this is the last sign, is somebody or groups of people purposely ignoring you or making you feel like you're invisible, or when you talk like nobody's listening. That is a number one sign. And honestly, when this used to happen to me, I used to be like, am I not here? Like, hello, like, I'm talking, why is nobody listening? But genuinely, people see you so much, your presence is so known that they can't even acknowledge it. And I used to internalize this as maybe I'm like too quiet, or I need to speak up, or other stuff. But genuinely, no, they see your presence and it irritates them so bad that they have to ignore you. This is not cope, guys. Like, this is real life. Like, people really be doing this in real life. So I kind of want to talk about my experience with people trying to dim my light. And I would say the main thing that has been attacked, especially my early years, was my looks, by the people closest to me. They would put doubt in my head, especially when it came to beauty. I've always thought that, especially society too, with colorism and stuff, that I wasn't really beautiful, or I wasn't like seen, or I wasn't the one that guys wanted. I remember I had like a friend, and this girl, like, she was so pretty, and I told her, and she's like, because a girl, she's like, oh, thank you, you're pretty too. And my friend goes, at the time, she's like, she's lying to you. That, guys, I don't want to go around saying everything is demonic, but genuinely, that is a spirit of doubt, like, that was placed on me from like such, especially like growing into puberty. Like, that's like, your years where you're developing, like, your confidence, you're growing into your body and all that stuff. So to hear that from like a young age, it kind of did impact me in a way. um that and so many other things when it came to guys, and the dating life and all that stuff. And over time, especially now, I really struggle with there's guys that do like me. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I'm ugly, because I definitely have found some type of confidence. But I noticed that I had like a hard time accepting compliments, or I had a hard time like being like, oh, like he really wants to take me out, like he really likes me. Like it's really hard for me to and I even went to a psychiatrist about this, and he just thought I was crazy, like genuinely, because people don't really see. I mean, if they see something on the outside, they can't really tell what's going on inside, and yeah, that's crazy. I'm overcoming this right now, and how you can too. I basically, in my head, I feel like there's a difference with God's peace and something that is not of God, or something that is not like peaceful. Like, let's say you have a thought that, oh, I'm ugly. I like to challenge that thought and be like, who told you that though? Like, I try to challenge my thoughts. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I don't ever think negatively, but try to challenge your thoughts. Like, if and sometimes the thoughts that you have are not your thoughts at all. They're thoughts that were placed on you by other people, because they had their own insecurities and they wanted to push that onto you. So sometimes it's not even our battles to even carry. It's just other people's that we've been carrying, other people's opinions, other people's insecurities, other people's projections, that was never ours to carry in the first place. Another thing I do, I think this is really, really helpful, is what is it? Exposure therapy. Yeah, exposure therapy when it comes to, I wore my afro out one time, and generally it was so scary. I did that, and like I wore like some bold makeup. Like, just do like exposure therapy to show yourself that it's okay to be seen, and it's okay to embrace the light that God has given you. Because I feel like when you've been knocked down so many times, it's hard to remember who you were before other people tell you who you were. So I had to kind of put that in practice, especially when I am getting ready for the mornings. I maybe would do a hairstyle I'm not used to. I'll maybe put on makeup, and people might think, who the hell is she? Why is she being so extra? Why is she wearing heels? I remember my first, I just finished my freshman year of college, and the first party, tell me why I literally wore heels, like kitten heels, like, and everybody's like, what is that click clacking? Like, who is wearing those heels? And I was like, it's me. And it was like, you look cute, but me personally, I wouldn't do that. But again, I wouldn't have known if I didn't put myself out there, and if I didn't, even if people were judging me for wearing freaking heels to the college party. I don't recommend, do not wear heels to your first college party. Your feet will hurt. But yeah, it just made me feel more confident. I felt, even though I couldn't even walk in heels for real, at least it was practice, and it was practice for me to know that it's okay to be seen. And that's another thing. Tell yourself that it's okay to be seen. It's okay for people to like you. It's okay to be liked. Not everybody's out to get you, and not everybody is out to dim your light. It was just the people that were insecure and that wanted to make you feel the way that they feel. And I'm not saying that all insecure people do this. I'm saying the ones that like to project their insecurities onto other people. If you're like that, please work on yourself, because no. Anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk, and let me know in the comments what other ideas you have. I have so many ideas, so I'm probably just gonna post, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, bye y'all.